Timing YouTube, and welcome back to another episode of Theme Deck Corner. Today we are going on to our second deck from the Spring Tin collection, this time basing it around Gyarados-EX, the shiny variant of course. This scary looking Pokemon is a water basic with 180 HP. Has the Stormy Seas attack. For one colorless energy, we get to flip a coin until you get tails. And for each heads, we get to search for a water energy and attach it to this Pokemon. So we can set up really quickly if we go second and we get 4 heads right off the bat. We can Splash Burn, which is costing us 2 of them being water energy, 2 of them colorless. We can go for a Splash Burn, which will do 130 damage. However, this attack does 10 damage to each of our own bench Pokemon. So it's not a nice thing sometimes, but he is very strong and has some KO potential. Now, to kind of fill in this deck a bit, we are going to be running Seaking. I don't know why they decided to run Seaking, but we get Soaking Horn, 10 damage. Now 10 damage isn't a lot. But if this Pokemon is healed, it's going to do 80 damage. So that's 90 damage for 1 energy. That's not bad at all. Also has Reckless Charge for 40 and does 10 damage to itself. It's not a great Pokemon overall, but we're going to see how it runs. Hopefully it does a lot better than I'm currently expecting it to do. We have Lapras here, who does a lot of errand running, which means she's going to search for those trainer cards, reveal them, and then she's going to put them into her hand, which is awesome because it can get our next turn hopefully a little bit more momentum than we may have at that point of the turn. We have to back Gyarados up, the regular blue Gyarados with Berserker Splash and Aqua Tail. Berserker Splash does 80 and 10 damage to each of our bench Pokemon. Rest in peace, bench. And we have Aqua Tail that does 90, plus with a flip of a coin for each water energy. We get to flip a coin for each water energy, and it's going to do 30 more damage for each heads. So it has potential. This card is very scary. We have 1 Regice to counter all those Pokemon EX in the standard format. I can see this card getting a lot more attention than some of the other cards in the deck. Mind you, there's only 1 of them. Our final Pokemon of the deck is Starmie, 90 HP, stage 1, has Deep Sea Swirl, so that means we can shuffle our hand back into our deck and draw 7 cards. That is ideally a Birch without the coin flip. At the cost of an attack though, we'll see how well that plays out. It has Balance Bind as well for 30 damage, it's going to cost you 1 water, 1 colorless, and both you and your opponent have, if you and your opponent have the same number of benched Pokemon, your opponent's active Pokemon is paralyzed. Not the best status in the game, but hey, it's something. Alright, we're going to start trainers off with a Buddy Rescue. Each player puts a Pokemon from his or her discard pile into his or her hand. So this means I can get my Gyarados back if it dies, and we can throw it right back on the bench. Perfect. Surprisingly enough, the ball engine for this deck is very low. It only has 2 dive balls, which is alright. It can get us a Gyarados if we need it. It has 2 max potions as well. This means any damage done to one of our big hitting Pokemon, which at the moment looks like Regice and Gyarados, we can fully heal them with max potion. Next up is 1 Professor's Letter. This way we can get 2 water energy into our hand. They gave us 2 reserve tickets. I don't like this card. Personally, I don't like leaving the chance to get an effect to the card. I'd rather just get an effect. But if, we flip a coin, gets heads, we can get any card we want, put it on top of our deck. So it's got that. We have 1 Town Mop because, we want to see what prizes we have. If we need to grab that Gyarados out of the prize pool, we know which card to go for. We are being given 1 Lysander. This lets us pull our opponent's major threat and hopefully get rid of it before it gets set up. Misty's Determination has us discard a card from our hand, but we do get to look at the top 8 cards and pull one of them into our hand. I personally still prefer Skyla, but you never know, maybe Misty will come through for us in this game. We have more healing in Pokemon Center Lady. Shields heals 60 damage, as well as any special conditions affected onto our Pokemon. Shauna is here to help our draw engine a little bit by shuffling our hand back into our deck and drawing 5 cards. Teammates is here that, Gyarados just so happened to get knocked out. We can search for 2 cards, not showcase them, put them right into our hand. Tierno is here to say, hey look, I just want to help you draw 3 cards. I'm too lazy to do anything else. Rough Seas is here to keep our Pokemon healthy. It'll keep our water types very healthy by by healing them 30 damage every turn, which, remember, Seeking can get healed every turn from that, so means Soaking Horn can do 90 damage every turn. Keep that in mind. We have one Floatstone. This way, if we get a Pokemon we don't want into the active position, we can get it out there really quickly with that. Her Charm is here to reduce the amount of damage taken by 20. Sorry about that. We are getting Splash Energies. I do believe it's just 2. And Splash Energy will be able to return any... this card provides Water Energy, and if the Water Pokemon this card is attached to is knocked out by damage from our opponent's attack, put the Pokemon into your hand instead. This keeps our Gyarados around a lot longer, and makes it more of a threat. And to finalize, we will be having 15 Water Energy. That's right, 15. We're going to see just how well that plays off for us in our games of Pokemon TCG. Now, I do highly recommend watching the Machamp EX deck before this one, and I want to hear your opinion. Which one, before we've even started our battles, which one do you think will succeed? I'm still siding with Machamp, but we're about to see if Gyarados can prove his might in the waters. Alright guys, our first opponent is Sanyu 1993. He is playing a fire deck, which gives us a bit of an advantage here. We're going to call this coin toss, we're going to call tails, and we're going to lose. Alright, that's alright. Sanyu, you get your first pick here, and you're going first. We're seeing a Fennekin coin. Are we playing a Fennekin? Kinda hoping not. Now, we're going to play Gyarados lead, which is actually really good. We're going to play both our Goldeen's and our other Gyarados, so our bench is nice and full. We're going to see a Flareon-EX. Very cool. Now, I know what Flareon can do, and it can set up real quick, so I do want to get this Stormy. Wow, that was a quick game. I don't have a problem with it. It's a win in my book. It means I only need one more win for those 50 other coins. Alright guys, our first game is against 21. He is a very sleepy opponent, so hopefully he's not too slow. We've had enough of them in the past. We're going to call tails on this coin flip. We are winning this coin flip, which is amazing. So we're going to go first. Maybe I should have gone second in case I could have set up. But either way, I'm going to start with a weird hand. A very weird hand. I will be starting with the Well, I think continuous spin sounds like the best of the three, so we'll start with Staryu. Our opponent is still selecting their Pokemon, where we have a Goldeen and a Magikarp to help us out. We see Charizard. Awesome. I'm just going to simply go for the energy drop on the Staryu and hope that we get something better in the next hand. Now, my biggest problem with this deck is the 15 energy count on the water plus the 2. We have 17 cards that are straight energy. That's a lot of times we can draw energy and not something we want. And also in comparison to the trainer support in Machamps, this one's very weak. So do I see us getting 3 wins? Or let's just instead of doing that, you guys say what you want beforehand, and I'll show you guys the outcome. So 1 energy drop onto the Charizard. Now we do have super effective against Charizard, which is awesome, because any damage on it is going to be amazing. But our opponent still is deciding on a last-ditch effort. Turns out he is just going to pass us the turn. That's better. I like having a Shauna right now. Now, I will be placing a Water Energy on Goldie, as if I can get a Seeking, that will be the one I want to attack with. No, I got another Magikarp. And more Water Energy. Magikarp, hit the field. Let's get that Professor's Letter going. Get those Water Energy out. I know it's a waste of a card right now because I will be Shawning the next turn, but it's really not something I need right now. We're going to just continuously spin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think we have a knockout! Oh, it's close. 160 damage to Charizard. 160 damage. Wow. There's a heal. I did kind of see that coming, which is completely legit. Double colorless energy means wing attack is coming through, and there's a Lugia-EX now. Staryu is going down. I am hoping for a Seeking right now. Well, I don't. You got 180. That still won't do enough. Let's get a Magikarp up here, because Goldeen might be a lot better of an option. We're gonna go for a buddy rescue. That Staryu just might be the ticket to winning this game. At least, taking out Charizard. I can't take out a Lugia for the life of me. Not without the good old Gyarados in the back, right? So we're gonna attach 1 energy drop to Magikarp, and we will go for a Shauna. The likelihood of us getting Water Energy is pretty high, so I'm not too worried. We did get one. We got another Magikarp. We're going to play the Rough Seas. Not that Magikarp can survive a hit anyway. And we're going to go for the Epic Splash. Nope, that is it. That is down. No damage for Magikarp. I will be playing the single Water Energy onto the Staryu, hopefully going for a knockout. Again, Lugia is the bigger threat, as I cannot super effectively hit this thing. So, at the end of the day, that thing is going to be the problem, not Charizard. There's another energy drop, so Combustion Blast can come through if he needs it. Mind you, I'm going to set up the Starmie. So we're going to go straight in to the Goldie. Oh. Oh. Hold on. We can go for a Reckless Charge. The Lugia is not set up. This might be the opportunity we need. I'm going to misuse Determination. And we're going to get rid of this Magikarp. What's in the top? Not a whole lot of stuff that I actually do need. I'll go for the Hard Charm. We'll put that onto the Starm. I should have gone for a Water Energy for Starmie. Anyway, this Reckless Charge should knock out Charizard, which will be awesome. And that's 2 prizes for us. So that is going to be a Water Energy and a Gyarados. Now, Air Ball is not going to do too much to me at the moment. It will knock me out. Just 20, 40, 60 based on that, so no. Lysander is coming through. There's the Magikarp. And you're going to get a simple knockout on my Magikarp. And an Entei hits the field. That is just cruel and unnecessary punishment. But we are going to go for a Starmie. And we're going to place that Water Energy onto Starmie. I'm going to heal off that damage from Seeking. That way he doesn't get damaged. And I need to damage this guy. We have the same amount of bench Pokemon, so Lugia will be paralyzed. Which is awesome. There's a Bridget, means 3 more basic Pokemon coming onto our opponent's side of the field. Oh, just the Flareon. Just the Flareon. But is that going to be a turn pass? Or am I expecting a Fire Energy on the Flareon or the Entei? Probably the Entei so that they can go for the Roar, the Burning Roar, which is a great attack. Fire Energy on Lugia. I need a bench Pokemon. I got a Lysander. Well, let's pull out that Flareon. And we are going to go for the... Let's go for the Deep Sea Swirl. This way I can get a couple more cards. There we go. That looks a little better. Hopefully this switching to Flareon might have been the thing that cost us the... or like brought us back into this game. Sacked an energy. Hopefully didn't get another one. There's an energy drop onto the Flareon. We'll be able to match benches with the Reg Ice drop. We can get the Rough Seas back out. I don't want him getting the Scorched Earth off, as it does not benefit us in the slightest. Surprisingly, the Seeking and the Starmie are putting in a lot more work than I was expecting. It's not high damage, but this paralysis might be the ticket to us winning. So Reg Ice is coming out, which would be the best thing to fight the Lugia. So let's just set that guy up right there. We're going to Rough Seas, and we are going to go for the Balance Bind, which is going to do 60 damage and paralyze our opponent. So if we can get 2 more turns off on this, we'll be okay. And an AZ comes in, so that means Flareon's just gone. That's not cool, man. A Battle Compressor, probably 3 Fire Energy. Or a Battle Compressor. Sorry, not a Battle Compressor, a Blacksmith. But it was 3 Fire Energy. Starmie is going down. No questions asked. I need the turn to set up Reg Ice. Get that Resistance Blizzard going. But I can Teammates. Town map. Let's see what's left. Gyarados. That's why I haven't seen him. Alright, Teammates, let's see what we can get. We'll grab a Gyarados-EX. What do I want for the following turn? Do I have a Shauna? No. I don't know what I want. I don't know what I want. We'll go with a Tierno. That way I can get more cards. So we will play the Gyarados-EX. No energies on it at the moment. And we are going to go for the Reckless Charge, doing 40 damage because I can't heal. I'll do 10 to myself, but I'm going to get knocked out anyway. But without a Lysander, I should be able to get this Resistance Blizzard off, and we'll be alright to face off Lugia. So far, not so bad. But I did call right where we would have to depend on the Reg Ice Gyarados. But the Starmie and the Seeking definitely held up long enough to keep us in the game. Now the only thing that would really hinder us is with me playing the Gyarados, that he has a Lysander and he can two-shot me. And I cannot retreat. So you can knock me out, and I will go for the ears. There's the knockout. 100 damage to Seeking. You'll get your prize card. I'm going to go with the Reg Ice. We are going to go with a Water Energy drop onto Reg Ice. Tierno is going to draw us 3 cards. And I am going to go for that Resistance Blizzard. 70 damage, and our opponent cannot damage us with EXs. A Great Ball is coming through. There's a Battle Compressor. So apparently he had no Pokemon from the Great Ball. And we see 3 more Fire Energy hit the discard pile. He has a ton of energy. There is a Burning Energy onto the Entei. And are we going to see an attack? Because this should be the end of the Lugia. No, he is retreating. Perfect move. Burning Roar. No energy. It's kind of like a sacrifice. I don't get that play at all. So I am going to start setting up our Gyarados in the back. Resistance Blizzard is going to knock out our opponent's Pokemon here. So the Entei is gone. I will grab the Hard Charm. Resistance Blizzard means that I can still not take a hit from Lugia. And unless he plays another basic, this might be actually our game. There's a double colorless energy. You can't Deep Hurricane me. Can't Air Ball. There's the Air Ball, but it fails. Lugia is gonna be knocked out, and Gyarados gets its first win of the day. I was not expecting that with the first turn. The way our match started out, I was sure we were gonna lose. But not only did we take out a Charizard, we took out a Lugia. That was awesome. But we don't get one match in these formats. No, we get at least 2. So without any further ado, let's get into match number 2. Alright guys, game number 2 is against Ultra Fresh. We're playing against a fighting deck in a grass box. Interesting. Anyway, and a Gengar coin. She's really all over the place. Ultra Fresh is going to get the coin toss. Is it going to be for us? Is it going to be for her? We're about to see coin toss now, and it's a loss for us. So she's going to be able to go first, which, if we can get Gyarados turn 1, isn't a bad thing. Because if I can get as lucky as that Staryu spin on the last game, you know, that wouldn't be too bad. But all I get is a lousy Magikarp. So this could be a very quick game. Those sleeves are incredible. We have no basic Pokemon to put on our bench, so that would be that. Our opponent is selecting theirs. They have 1. And it's a Regirock and a Gible. Now, I can understand the Gible. Garchomp is powerful. Regirock? Okay, 2 fighting energy. You should be entered, and a Rhyhorn. Alright, fighting energy on Regirock means that we'll be taking 40 next turn. I got Misty's Determination. And I'm going to get rid of one of the water energy, as I do have a Professor's Letter. I think the better option is to get the Gyarados. I'll let him take the prize for the Magikarp as I set up here. I will place a Hard Charm on our Gyarados in the back. I will place the Rough Seas down. And I think that'll be our turn. I can save the Professor's Letter for the following. Not really the end of the world. If he even judges us, I'd rather keep the Professor's Letter in the deck versus 2 Water Energy. Alright, so Fighting Energy onto the Regirock, and we see a Gabite. Rock Throw is going to end our Magikarp's life, as our opponent does get the first prize of the game, but our Gyarados does come in, and hopefully we're still alright in this field. So we're going to grab 2 Water Energy. One of them is going to go on to the lovely Gyarados. We're going to Tyranno. I'll be shunning on the following turn because currently my hand is awful. And Stormy Seas means 1, 2, 2 more energy. And that means Splash Burn. Next turn, baby. Next turn, we're Splash Burning. And I do not believe that the Regirock can knock us out. I can do 120 damage, so 100 damage with, you know, Unyielding Rock. That's just not cool, man. That's just not cool. So Fighting Energy onto the Regirock, that means Unyielding Rock is going to do 100 damage, which is good for us. I can heal off. There's 30 more gone. I should be able to knock you out this turn. I'm going to go for the Shauna first, as I do not need to waste the Water Energy on our Gyarados. So I do get a Lapras, get a Goldeen, and the Splash Energy will get used on Gyarados, because I do want him back. If he gets knocked out, Splash Energy will help us get that back. So Splash Burn, let's do 130 damage, getting our first knockout. Unfortunately, we're aiming towards our own demise, but Rough Seas will keep that in check. Water Energy for us, which is nice, meaning I can set up the Lapras for the errand running. A Rhyhorn is in the active position now. There's a Fighting Energy on that Gabite. She's most likely looking for that Garchomp. There's a Lysander. Lapras is out, so I should be, she's stalling a little bit. Just a little bit, though. There's the Seeking Evolution. I will place the Water Energy onto the Lapras. And the Dive Ball is not going to really matter too much. So, let's go for an errand running. Let us get ourselves... I think the Misty's Determination will be the best choice, as I do want Water Energy to switch Lapras out the following turn. And with any of the other trainers, I really wouldn't be guaranteeing that. I do have to sacrifice a card, so it'll most likely be the Gyarados. We do have 2 energies currently on the Gabite, which is scary. I can go for the energy drop. Might even keep it in right now, as I don't have to use it as the attacker. And then Gyarados can come in. So let's heal off. We're going to Misty's Determination, like I said I was going to. Removing the Gyarados. And I think I will get the Water Energy for my lovely Lapras. This time I will errand run one more time, and I will get the Shauna. Or I will get the Lysander. This way, I can pull out that Gabite next turn, switch out, because it's the threat. It really is. If she's got that Garchomp in her hand and she's been mocking us this whole time, it'll be a scary round. But our Gyarados, after taking that huge wailing from that Regirock, is pretty much come back. I'll be able to set up the Lapras here. I'm going to simply retreat into the Gyarados. I'm going to Lysander out the Gabite, because it is the threat. and we're going to just simply take care of it. 10 damage to each of our Pokemon, which is completely fine. Gabite is going to be disappearing from our presence, and we'll be getting one more prize, which is another Gyarados-EX, which is beautiful. I can get that onto the bench and start setting it up as well. So this Rhyhorn, this poor Rhyhorn, he's just sitting here saying, oh geez, this Gyarados actually looks scary. We're going to take 10. Dig Out is going to do 10 damage. It didn't do 10 damage. Oh, well, it did 10 damage. Oh, I apologize. I've got Hard Charm. Silly me. Rough Seas heals us for 30. Gyarados, you're putting in the work. I gotta say, this deck is actually surprising me. Because we're going for another win, guys. 2 wins, back to back. Gyarados has taken 2 wins. I admit, this deck that we placed against wasn't high end like some decks. But I'm going to take a win when it's granted to us. Now, I played 3 games against Machamp, and I'm going to go for a 3rd game with Gyarados. And we're going to see if Gyarados can go for 3 wins, or if it's going to flop on the final match. Alright guys, final game is against, I hate to say it, it looks like it's Night March. Psychic Electric, usually there's no other combination, but will we be able to even compete here? And that is something that I'm interested in seeing. So, it is our turn. He is being the gracious one. He definitely wants first turn. We're going to start with a Staryu and a Magikarp. Now the question is, are we able to compete? I really don't see us being able to win this. If it is the deck I think it is, and it is, we're in for a very tough ride. Alright, Dive Ball. We need Shiny Gyarados. We need something to power up really quickly and get ourselves going. So, I'm going to Shauna away our hand as I do not need any of it right now. We're going to grab a couple Water Energy, Hard Charm. I will attach the Water Energy to the Gyarados as we do need it right away. I'll be able to switch it next turn. As long as they don't knock out my Staryu in the active position, we should be alright. There's a Battle Compressor to start off our opponent's side, which means the Lampents are dying. The Lampents are going to hit the discard pile so hard that we'll never have to see them. 3 of them, back to back, gone. Fighting Fury Belt, Lysander. We're seeing 50 damage. Okay, I can handle that. Water Energy onto Gyarados. This Gyarados gets hit up, and I'm going to sacrifice the Water Energy with Misty. What can we get? What can we get? Nothing. Oh, I'll get a Water Energy to replace it. That was a wasted turn. Now, hopefully we can survive one more turn, because I am storming Seas. We get 1, 2, 3, 4. I do not need all those cards. So we're going to grab 2. Gyarados is set up. I can knock this guy out the following turn. It's just a matter of how much damage can it do back to me. Trainer's Mail. This is going to be either quick or very painful. And in the few short seconds, this match is going to be determined. Because if Gyarados goes down, there is nothing I can do. But if Gyarados survives, Pumpkaboo is going down. Here's the Night March. Oh my, as much as this is kind of anticlimactic, Gyarados is going to go for the victory, and that, my friends, is 3 games. I admit, my opponent's deck did not work, but that is how Night March is. You discard the majority of your hands to sacrifice results. Maybe he didn't have Shamans, maybe he did. We didn't see them. But Gyarados can officially say it came out of this with 3 wins. I admit the final match was kind of hunky, but the first 2 games were worth it. And again, leave it to you guys. So, at the start of the episode, I did ask, between Machamp and Gyarados, which one do you think would win more? Now, I admit, in film, Gyarados won 3 out of 3. My personal opinion still states that the Machamp EX deck is better than the Gyarados. And the only reason for that is the extra cards over Gyarados, or Shiny Mega Gyarados, are not Mega, Shiny regular EX Gyarados are very slow, very junky, and very not good. You look at the Starmie, its max damage output is 30. Staryu sure can hit for like a bajillion if you get enough coin tosses, but Starmie needs a ton of support. Seaking has 90 HP. Its main attack is so good for 1 energy that in regular sets it would just die. And as we've seen before, a lot of the stuff here isn't very strong, and even Gyarados has a hard time knocking things out in one shot. Whereas, Machamp, he was able to knock things out one shot, no problem. Whether it be an EX, a Mega even. Yeah, sure, he didn't get the games, but he got results. That's why I still give my overall opinion to Machamp. Now, there's still one more game coming, guys. One more episode coming. Will Mewtwo outclass both of the other decks, or will Machamp reign supreme? Leave your comments in the description below, and I will see you guys next time. Time out.